All right. Not sure if it's recording, right? Usually takes a minute or two. But I want to talk about something when it comes to like certain groups of people in society. There's one group particularly I've never cared for. I'll tell you that near the end, assuming I remember. But it's the extra loud music guy. And during the day, I don't care. Like if you have an asshole neighbor and it's after dark and they just keep on blaring their music, yeah, fuck that guy. You know, you're trying to sleep, you got work to do. But now it's the mobile version, and there's one version that's been around for years. Of course, cars and whatnot, that's normal. Doesn't mean I approve of it. Where am I going with this? This freedom fill, I can subscribe, let's get into it, and always turn up the video speed. Why do I say that? Watch it faster. Why wouldn't you? And hey, I'm sub-horn like usual. Let's get into it. Gold wings and those new little side-by-sides, you know, for the idiots that don't understand that a Jeep is just better. These people, and by the way, I don't know if they have these in Europe. It's totally Americana when it comes to the side-by-sides. Rolling by, it's nighttime in your town, and they're blaring their country music. And don't get me wrong, I like some country, but I don't want to hear your shitty country. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't. And like middle of the day, gold wing, more than a feeling. Okay, it's middle of the day, I don't care. After dark, maybe I care. And the reason I care is because, you know, maybe I'm recording something, or maybe someone's trying to sleep. Okay, and here's another one. The Harley guy. Let pipe save lives. You're right. But it's two something in the morning. You're coming back from the bar and you're waking up everybody who lives up the valley. Especially the kids that are hard to get to sleep. Well, you're making everybody's day better. And mind you, if your music after a certain hour is up too loud in a lot of towns, well, they got something to say to you. But Harley guy, yeah, man, that's perfectly fine. If you don't have a muffler on your vehicle and it sounds like the cops can pull you over and mess with you. But a Harley, yeah. But with the gold wings and the side-by-sides and all their precious music, I get it. During the day, I don't care. But after a certain hour at night, and by the way, some of these side-by-sides, they'll have a bunch of party lights inside there. I swear to God, it's the most American thing I've ever seen. And what I mean by that is it's tacky and stupid. They're like, you should love it then. No, I don't. Like I said earlier, if you're going to spend that much money on a side-by-side, well, why not just buy a Jeep or an old Blazer or a good old-fashioned 4x4 that you can actually use for something productive? You know, well, you know, if I buy that, I won't have to carry it on a trailer just to get it to the place. You see, because why am I buying this? Yeah, because you're fucking stupid and you're just buying what other people tell you to buy. And don't get me wrong, I understand gold wings are decent bikes. But I've got an Enduro I never ride. I call it my dust collector. Maybe it needs a couple of tiny little repairs. Nothing big. But the way people ride around with their, oh shit, I'm killing somebody. You know? When I drove truck for years, I swear to God, I'd go through those cities and you just look down and people would be, that's a way to get yourself a whole lot of dead because most people are not paying attention. I'd argue that I think cell phones are probably more deadly than drinking and driving at this point. I can't conclusively prove it, but it seems pretty obvious which is more distracting at this point. We've done a good job getting people to stop drinking and driving, but the cell phones, that's a bridge too far, apparently. But all the same, like I said, after it gets dark, after a certain hour, can you douchebags turn off your fucking music or turn it down to where the whole world doesn't have to hear your shitty music? And I don't care. And by the way, this is like the same thing. You know those brokies on the subway? They don't have like a pair of earbuds, like $10, $20. No, and by the way, no. They're just inconsiderate sacks of shit. Nobody wants to hear your crappy music. You know, your SoundCloud rapper. It's like, no, you suck. Nobody wants to hear that. Get your fucking earbuds. After a certain hour, if you're driving around, turn the music to a reasonable deal. By the way, I got to tell you, if you're in a motorcycle or one of those side-by-sides, to tell you that your earbuds are probably better quality to begin with, but it wouldn't be America if people weren't just trying to piss off all their neighbors. And because nobody in this world gets punched in the face anymore, and I'm not trying to advocate violence, I'm just saying people were way more polite and civil back when if you were a fucking asshole to people, you made poof, and there wasn't like some huge court case. It's like, oh yeah, don't be a douchebag because other people exist. But this is modern America. Sometimes every time the election season comes up, I'm just praying for giant meteor. Oh, giant meteor. Cleanse the planet. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. Douchebags with loud stereos, douchebags that don't know how to get a pair of earbuds on the subway or the bus. Inconsiderate sacks of shit, making your day just a little bit worse. They're like, well, what about you? You voluntarily watch me. Peace. Like and subscribe also.